From Saturn's core, it's Duck, the Carbine High School Massacre, the very controversial Joey Smacks and William Hellfire movie from 1999, made just months after the infamous Columbine High School Massacre. So here we go. It's Saturn's Core Entertainment, the first Saturn's Core release that I've had. From what I gather, they basically put shot on video stuff on Blu-ray, and that's kind of like what you get here, which most times they're like $30 something online. I ran into a copy of this at McKay's in Nashville for 15, and thought even though this may not necessarily be my type of film, even though I love shot on video movies, the subject matter of this one's a little bit iffy, but I decided to pick it up and give it a watch, and I did. And here you see the Saturn's Core audio and video, which pretty cool label just going by off this release. It's got a lot of extras, and you got this thick slipcase here. You take it out, and here you get the original VHS cover for that. Very graphic here. Hopefully nobody flags me for that. What you get on the side, and that's what you get on the back. So basically, if you wasn't born yet, which a lot of you might not have been, or if you've at least heard of it, there was the Columbine High School Massacre that took place in 99, 98, something like that. This movie went into production like a month after that happened, and I think was released like 6 months after the fact. So pretty controversial. The directors got arrested for having guns on an elementary school playground. But the movie itself, if you get past all that, the movie itself is actually quite interesting. It is shot on video, or if it ain't shot on video, it's at least shot on one of them DV videos that everybody had back then. These two guys are picked on at school. It's kind of like, it reminds you a lot of a trauma movie because it's a satire, it's comedic, it's dark comedy, but it's comedic. And there's also some pretty gruesome parts to it, and it's kind of sad in some parts too, believe it or not. But these two guys get picked on, and they've got like this weird, home life. Both of them do. And after finally, the character played by William Hellfire here gets beat up at school one day, like extremely beat up at school one day. They decide they're just going to get a bunch of guns and whatnot and go basically slaughter the people at the Carbine High School, which they do. And the teachers look like they're barely old enough to be teachers. And everybody looks like they're having a good time making the film. It's not like the best well-acted thing you're going to see. It does have very good gore, though. Better gore than you would expect. Some of it's, I don't want to say it's realistic, but there's a lot of gun splatter because there's a lot of blood splatter from gunshots and stuff. It's what it is, and there's definitely a point to it. It's not just made just for the sake of making it, although I'm sure they cashed in on it at the time that it was made. It does seem to have a bit of a point to it, a bit of a actual message to it, if you can believe that. It also stars Misty Mundane, so it's definitely not something you want to overlook if you're into shot on video, and if you're into DV video, if you're into just bad taste movies, which this one is kind of a bad taste movie. It looks about as good as it's going to look on Blu-ray. Like I said, it's definitely lower quality video, and you get little lines here and there through the picture, but other than that, it's fine. You get a bunch of extras. You get a Joey Smacks short film. You get a little documentary there about, I guess I didn't get to finish it, but it's like a little documentary there from people that made like these type of movies before. I forget his name, but then William Hellfire, of course, interviewed for it, and he talked about his early films and whatnot. It's there, a bunch of interviews. You get the piece of story from I guess when they made the news, from when they actually got arrested. It's on there. Trailers for the VHS, trailer for the old Shriek Show DVD, which I didn't know Shriek Show put this out, but I guess they did at some point. Other than that, like I said, it's an acquired taste. But if you're into some questionable stuff, you might actually like this. So give it a watch. The Duck, the Carbine High Massacre, Saturn's Core. If they keep, they make ever release sort of like this, then I might actually dip into some more Saturn Core and actually see what else they got under the ranks. But yeah, not terrible. 3.5 out of 5 for me, but not for everybody.